anything and update on what's going on the Ultimate World Cruise.
Yeah.
Little adjustment there because it looks like I'm not looking at the camera. Anyway, I'm Leah,
I'm Steve,
and I'm also Frugal Vagabond,
Third Rock Vagabond.
and I am on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Steve is on
Instagram.
We are also on the Royal Caribbean 9-month Ultimate World Cruise.
We are.
Hello, everybody. Hi,
Hello,
Bob. Hi, Riley. Good to see everybody. I know
hello.
for U.S. times.
Tinkerbell.
Oh,
I love some of y'all's names.
Riley,
Paul,
Lex,
Lex,
Jody, Melanie. Awesome.
Great to see y'all here.
Um,
Thanks for joining us.
So today's an Ask Me Anything. Appropriate questions. Creepy YouTube people who like to ask inappropriate ones. Melanie, Molly. Miss Ash, I remember seeing you from another live. Michelle, Ida Mae, good to see you all.
Yep.
Again,
Yep.
we
Great
are
to see
on
you.
the Ultimate World Cruise, and
Yep.
hi
Good morning,
Kelly,
Kelly.
good to see you. And ask us anything appropriate, and an update on what we've got going on today. So, well, and in general. So yesterday we were in Warnemünde, Germany.
Yep.
This is the first time either of us had been in Germany, right?
Mm-hmm. That is true.
So we did not go far. A lot of the folks from the cruise went to Berlin or Rostock. We stayed in Warnemünde.
Yep.
Rostock was only 20 minutes away. Berlin was more like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, train.
And there were a couple of excursions, not royal ones, that did not make it back quite in time, but they did wait for them. So they had not on purpose, of course. There was a flat tire on the bus. Ultimate World Cruiser and Desiree Eats were both on the bus that had the flat tire.
Yep.
So today was a sea day.
It was. It
and
is.
we got some much needed rest. I slept in.
We kind of both slept in a little bit.
Had a leisurely long lunch with our friend Anthony.
Yep.
And what did we do after that?
I went and saw Dr. Needles.
Oh yeah, you saw Dr. Needles.
Acupuncture. Give it a shot, see if it does anything for me.
Can you say his real name? Or well, doesn't matter. I guess it does.
I got it in my phone.
His real name is very hard to pronounce.
It's not real hard. I just can't quite remember it. So
anyway, I went to the casino and won another couple $100, and so that was fun for me.
I never win. I'm leaving the gambling up to her.
I went looking for some skincare stuff either at the shops or at the spa, and neither one of them had what I was looking for. So I guess I'm gonna just have to wait till I get home.
Welcome, Melissa.
Hi, everyone.
So many people popping in.
Zoe, Juju, Snowfall.
Yeah, we're glad y'all are all here. We really appreciate y'all being here. Anthony.
Hi,
Anthony. Hello.
Hi, bless. Neat. Anyway, as I mentioned, ask us anything. You got any questions about the Ultimate World Cruise? It's happening at 2 o'clock.
At the same time.
So there was, slot full. Now we're losing.
Yeah, YouTube's reconnecting.
There we go.
Hey, Kelly, YouTube reconnected. So sorry about that, and whoever else we got on there. YouTube, it's acting up. Sorry. Yes. Go ahead. You can go now.
No, it's all right.
I'll be quiet.
He'll just drink his drink. Anyway, so there was a slot pull tournament at 2 o'clock today, and there was also a meeting for the Northern Lights Wanderers at 2 o'clock today, and I had not had a chance to join that yet, and I missed my opportunity, so I'm going to have to send Jody, who's the leader on that, in a message later and see if I can still join. But I think they probably have all the schedules worked out after today, so I'm not holding my breath that I'll get a spot on the group. But again, we're coming up into a lot of really northern regions where we may be able to see northern lights.
That is true.
And
Mermaid Chick.
I love that name. That's
hello,
awesome.
Sparkle. Okay. Rob Biswick. Our life in the 865.
So
that's a zip code.
We have 3 other countries that we have never been to before coming up after this seating. Actually, after today, we have 18 ports in a row with no break anywhere. Yeah. So we're kind of not looking forward to that. But we're going to choose to not get off on some of them, obviously.
Or not go very far.
So tomorrow is Riga, Latvia. Tallinn, Estonia, after the day
Yep.
after that, and Helsinki, Finland, which
Helsinki,
are like none of these places. I mean, they're all we're looking forward to them in the sense that we've not been there before and interested in checking out what there is to see and do
Mm-hmm.
and experience there. But they're
Yep.
not places that maybe Finland, not places we'd ever put on a bucket list, or at least I wouldn't. But we're still excited to get to see those.
Yes, we are.
After that, we have 3 stops in Sweden. Two,
Mhm.
or actually, I guess 2 stops, but Stockholm we're staying overnight, so we get 2 days there.
Yeah.
And that might be a good day to have our own sea day, one of the 2 days. Visby, Sweden, Lithuania, Denmark. Again, we've been to
Mhm.
Denmark already.
Yep. Kiel,
we-
Germany.
Kiel, Germany, Copenhagen, Aarhus, and then we have 6 stops in Norway, one right after the other. So I'm guessing one of those locations is probably going to be an impromptu sea day for us as well. And then we do get one sea day after that, and then we're in Amsterdam, where we're going to meet up with a friend
Hey,
of mine.
J-Dog.
Hey, J-Dog.
Okay.
So yes, I'm really excited about Amsterdam because I'm looking forward to. I just finished a video about Bruges. So for
Mhm.
those if you haven't seen it yet, since I haven't posted it yet, but I randomly ran into a woman that I know. I met her 10 years ago online. I'd never met her before in person, and she just happened to be in Belgium with her son traveling, and she recognized. We're still connected on Facebook. So she was aware that I was doing this trip, but not, hyper aware of where we were located at the time.
Mhm.
And because of the lives that Steve and I do on Facebook, she recognized his hat and me.
Yeah, glad
And
to hear, J-Dog. It has been a while since we've seen you.
anyway, so
Yep.
we got to have lunch, and I got to meet her in person. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was amazing. We've had lots of online conversations. So that's what we've got coming up for the next month.
For a cruise, use
What?
Haggison is a sea day. Haggison. Do we have
Oh.
Haggison?
Yes, we do.
We do have Haggison.
Right there. It
Yeah,
is
on the
it is
14th.
the middle one.
Yeah, on the 14th. Yeah, that's cool.
Thanks for the
We-
tip, Kiwi.
We might do that one.
Anyway, if anybody has a question, J-Dog, since we haven't talked to you in a while, how long has it been?
Yeah.
And what did you do today, Steve? I've been blabbing a lot, so what did you do? What did you do
Well,
today?
as I mentioned before, I went to the acupuncture.
Mhm.
Got some needles stuck in me. Kind of felt like an insect collection being put on display. So got that. Then what was it? Sat in the room for a bit. Oh, then we went and I got some coffee, and Leah. That's when Leah went to the casino.
So I got a pair of these way long time ago. Like Australia. I think I bought these in Australia. And I have not taken them out. I have not used them. I have not set them up.
Nope.
So another friend of ours has a pair of these, and we hung out together for we only needed about 15 minutes. But we hung out for almost an hour to get these set up. Woo! So if you don't know what these are the Meta sunglasses.
Yes, we saw kangaroos, J-Dog.
We did.
Watch out! It might log into your phone. Watch
Oh,
out!
it might. Okay, so
Are you seeing stuff? Are you getting?
I'm not. It's telling me battery on. I'm hoping it doesn't disconnect me from this. I was going to take a picture, but
No.
Steve's right. It might mess up my live stream, so I'm not going to do that. But I really am looking forward to trying these very soon. And since I put them on, I realized that these sunglasses are actually better than the ones that I've been wearing. Mostly because those are about 15 years old and really scratched up.
That's fantastic. What happened? What happened?
What happened?
Not sure what you're asking
Yes.
about.
Oh, sorry. The camera glasses. Yes,
Oh,
these are the Meta camera glasses. Live stream working,
The
but microphone is gone.
gone.
Oh no, still.
See, I wonder if it messed up when it connected over.
Oh, the sound got
Sound got
better.
better.
Okay. That's what happened.
Yep,
Sorry.
Yep.
I will no
Yep.
longer wear the glasses
Hello, Barbara.
while I'm doing
We're
the
doing
live
good.
stream. Hi, Barbara.
How are you? We're doing well. But anyway, We did that, and I went and sat by the pool for a little bit and caught some of the last sun because we're not sure, since we're going north, not
Yeah.
sure how chilly it's going to be.
It has not been super warm. We did get
Well,
lucky
we're
and
farther north.
yeah.
You know, we're not down in South Africa anymore.
So as I said, as we've talked about before, we canceled a lot of our Royal Caribbean excursions.
Well, welcome, Mom's Travel Team. Glad you joined.
Good to see you all. Hello,
Billy,
together. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.
thanks, Billy.
So Klaipeda past and present. So obviously this is I believe it's a walking tour, and so they
Yeah.
show you the history and what it's like
Yep.
now. This is Lithuania. This is one of the ones coming up.
Yep.
And then for Sweden, we still have the best of Visby. And I can't remember why we kept this one. I think also because it's a walking tour. So because the walking tours aren't so bad, you're not in the bus all day. It
Yeah.
is. Oh,
Yes,
that does look beautiful, doesn't
it does.
From our view, it looks a little grayer than what it's showing on my camera. So
We
we've actually
also
looked
have
pretty.
that screen on it that kind of
Oh, well,
darkens
even
a
mine
little bit.
does.
Yeah, mine was.
Anyway. And then charming Copenhagen, we have a walk and a cruise.
Yep.
So those are the ones that we've kept for this sailing. This sailing is what, 18 days, I think, total? I don't even remember.
I'm not sure. I think it's just that we have 18 days,
It
port
ends
days.
in Kiel, Germany, I think.
Yeah. So it's that 18 days is split between this cruise and the next one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So for
Yeah.
those of you who don't know, the 9-month Ultimate World Cruise was originally sold as you have to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then it was theoretically broken down into 4 segments. So the segments always had
Yeah.
those 4
The
names.
Americas, the Pacific, Asia,
Mediterranean. It was Asia, Pacific.
Mediterranean and
Mediterranean.
beyond, as they called it. That brought us back to the U.S.
Well, I think it was Europe and anyway,
Yeah.
Mediterranean and anyway, yeah, I don't remember what it's called because we of course changed that and ended up going around Africa.
Yeah.
So completely lost my train of thought. Because after it was broken into the 4 segments, they did not sell out, so they decided to make it available to more people by breaking it down into 17 individual sailings.
Yeah.
Some of them are as short as 10 days. Some of them are as long, I think, as 18 days is the longest one.
I think it was, yeah.
So, hi Daniel, hi Will, hi Lori. Good to see everyone. So,
Hey, Captain Jay, thanks for following.
thank you. So, Sea Day, which are the ones the only ones where we really have time to do live streams, are also the most boring days because we haven't really done a whole lot.
They're not boring.
So let's maybe talk. Well, no, they're not boring for
They're
us. They're
nice and relaxing and enjoyable.
well. Let's talk about because I don't think we did talk about Skagen very much.
Oh, we really did. We went with our friend Anthony. Hello, Anthony. I know you were on earlier. Hope you're still there. We went to the northern point of Denmark, and
German, what is it called?
I
Do you remember?
don't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's the northern point, and you can stand in the water with one foot in the North Sea, and your other foot is in the Bering Sea. Baltic Sea, not Bering. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bering's near Alaska. Sorry.
Anyway, so we all did that.
Bering Sea, yes.
We took off our shoes and
Yes.
socks, rolled up our pants, and walked into the water. And as we were
the
walking
water was
in,
chilly.
it was very chilly, but it was only our feet, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
And as we were walking out, there was a baby seal
Yeah.
who was playing around on the beach
Mhm.
and kept going off into the water and then kind of coming back up with the tide.
His groove was messed up because he was wanting just to lay on the beach in the sun, and there were so many people
way
there
too many people
taking his picture. Damn paparazzis.
Nobody got close to him.
No one
like
got close
I've
to
seen
him.
before.
But
Everybody
still,
gave him his space, but they still he had about 50 cameras in his face.
Paparazzis. Yeah.
Maybe about 10, 15 feet back.
Yeah.
So anyway, he kept floating out into the water, but he'd come back a little further down. The tide was kind of taking him.
Yeah, the tide was coming in. We're losing beach space, so
and from some of the other posts that I saw, they were actually in a spot where the seals were actually playing on the beach because they
Yeah.
were like covered in sand and rolling around and getting all comfy
Yeah.
on the beach.
Yep.
I'm sorry
Enjoying
I
the
missed
sun.
that. I'm very sorry I missed that.
Yeah. That would have been neat.
So after that, we went to there's a place also in outside of
Well,
Scoggin.
we rode the sandworm
Oh yeah.
back.
Okay.
They had this. It was a tractor with a big wagon hooked to it, an enclosed trailer,
Mhm.
and they called it the sandworm because the tractor, of course, was a four-wheel drive tractor. It would pull the
CDL.
a lot of people rode out there in it. But we actually walked out along the beach for at least half a mile, three-quarters of a mile to get to that point.
J-Dog is
But
asking
all
what our
these other
favorite food is
favorite
that we've
food.
eaten. Yeah. We tried anything new, really?
Well, we had pizza in Germany.
And Mexican food. No,
We
these
did.
are not our favorites. And Mexican food in France
Well,
and
hey,
Ireland.
hey, Jay. Got little
Thank
gifts there.
you.
Thank you very much. We
Thank you for the hearts too. Appreciate
yes,
it.
we appreciate the love.
Hi Tom.
Hello, cute, beautiful
Hi.
love. Haven't seen you in a while.
It's been like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, has it? Oh, glad you're back.
It's on the last one.
But the food, I don't know. At this point, that anything that's not ship food, we're really enjoying.
Okay, so that being said, we do have dinner at one of the
We
specialty
do.
restaurants
We do.
tonight,
Not,
and
at night we have reservations at Chops, right? Chops.
yes, Chops.
Okay, Chops. With some friends, and that's always nice. But something off the ship
Does it
is
clean
always
the beach?
nice.
Does it clean the beach? Not as
No.
far as we know of.
No, well, they may
I think
use
it's just a people carrier.
yeah, they may use the tractors to clean beaches, but really we only saw them pulling the trailers for the people
It is
back
really
and forth.
hard.
Hey.
Thank you. It is really, really difficult walking
Yeah.
in sand. The kind of sand there, it's loose, very loose. It's not
Yes.
wet, so it's not
Yes.
packed together. It is, it's
Hungry,
crazy.
yes.
Yeah, hungry. Okay, so the best food on the ship, I'm gonna say, is the mushroom risotto at Giovanni's and the filet mignon. Well, filet mignon at Chops.
Filet mignon at Chops.
The mushroom risotto is good.
Okay. Well, and the filet at Giovanni's is good too.
It is.
I'm more partial to Chops, but it's really good at Giovanni's, and all the Italian food they have is good.
Oh.
The spaghetti bolognese we've had, the lasagna.
The best food we've had off the ship.
Off.
I'm gonna say Buenos Aires. That trip. So a friend of ours planned like a dinner.
Steak again.
Yeah, dinner theater thing.
Yeah. It was the show for the dancing, the Tango's dancing.
Tango
yes, tango shows in Buenos Aires.
And it was incredible.
Yes, the show was fantastic. The steaks were fantastic.
But it was partially the experience. We actually
J-Dog is always hungry.
So
always.
Big long family sized tables. There were, let's see, I want to say, I don't think Mitch went with us. It was Joe, me,
No.
you. Did Mitch go?
No.
I don't think he did. So there were 5 of us.
Yeah.
So we didn't take up the whole table, but so there was another family, an Indian family from
Yes.
Southern California, who was sitting next to us,
Mhm.
and they were also on a cruise, not on this,
Yep, not on
the
ours.
same cruise,
Yeah,
but
they were on a different
cruise.
ship that was in port.
And we just had a blast talking with them and comparing stories, and the show was amazing, and the food was amazing, and the wine was amazing, and it was just a really great experience. Hi, Jen and Amy, good to see you.
Renee.
I know. So I want to say something about the time. I know there's not a lot of people who can watch this early, but we keep changing times.
Yeah,
and
we're moving time zones constantly.
We're about getting to the point where we're going to have to start planning these for the morning instead of the evenings because otherwise all of you are going to be asleep while we're doing these.
And we did a time change last night, and it messed us up. We couldn't. We were having difficulty figuring out which time zone we were going to.
Hi, Michael.
And it was just frustrating, especially today when our alarm started doing different notifications were in the wrong times.
And we forgot to. The reason why we missed the 2 events today is because we didn't set alarms.
Well, it has a notification; it'll pop up, but it wasn't until 3 p.m. that it did for a 2 p.m. event. So
anyway,
we keep missing them.
Yeah, that's why
we keep missing them. That's it.
Well, the lives anyway. So at some point we're probably gonna have to switch to mornings instead of evenings for us.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. At some point, as we start headed back to the west, when we start going
which
across.
is going to be a while.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
After
2 weeks. Because we only got, was it 40 days? 40 days left?
there's 40 days left.
40 days and 40 nights. Something like that.
I don't want to go home.
I don't want to get off the ship. We're having, this is just so nice.
So let's talk about this too, because we are kind of in the minority at this point.
Time is great.
What time is it?
We actually stopped in UK. We went to London, was it last week?
Yes, we were there
Last week we were in UK, and it was fantastic. We had a good friend of Liz that she knew from work, and we met him there.
Not from work.
Not from work. Oh, back. That's right.
We were neighbors.
But he showed us around London.
We did a marathon walking tourist.
Yeah, it
stuff.
really was fantastic.
That video is up, by the way.
Yeah.
So also on that, we started out in Southampton, and that day we had to say goodbye to Andy because she was leaving the ship, and say hello to Beth Ann, who drove out to come meet us all, which was awesome. And then we went to London to hang out with my friend for most of the day. So we are having a good time. We are. I know time is flying. Absolutely
Thanks, CB Love.
Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. Sorry, Ritter. That was a massive walker. We did. It was amazing. It was great.
Yeah. Time is flying by. It is.
I did 20,000 steps that day, which is my goal when I don't go to the gym, and we didn't have time for the gym.
And I think our total was close to 10 miles.
Yeah, something like that.
I think we were close. The total, that was about 8 of it.
So Steve and I don't want to go home. We're not ready for the trip to be over, in other words. But a lot of people kind of started getting over it about 6 months, and even some of our good friends are like, they're over it. And since we have, like I mentioned, we had 6 stops in Norway. A lot of our friends, well, I wouldn't say a lot of them. One and probably 3
is going to get off the ship for a while again.
Are thinking about getting off the ship and doing something else. Now they have family in Europe. Our dinner partners they have family in Europe, and they were invited to stay for an extra 10 days. Can you be a stowaway, right? Except we heard the ship's going into dry dock after it gets to Miami for a couple weeks. So
ND wanted to stow away. she was willing to live out here on our balcony. So
we were going to get her extra blankets.
Yeah, she'll need them as we go more north.
She had to go back to work.
She did. We miss her. It was fantastic getting to meet her and spending time with her. She was just a wonderful person.
She was a really fun, wonderful person.
Yeah. And we miss her.
So the stowaway thing probably won't work since the ship's going into dry dock. But it's not like they card people going into the windjammer, so at least we'd be able to eat if we could.
Well, I don't think if it's in dry dock, I don't think they're going to be getting supplies to cook. They're going to be refitting.
Jay's asking what your favorite football team is. I don't watch football.
I'll have to say it's
you have to say the Texans.
Houston Texans, because we live in Houston. I have a cousin who has season seats for the Texans, so every now and then I get a chance to go. So
Michelle, I do think it needs a lot of repairs.
Yeah, it does. It's not necessarily the repairs. It needs a lot of refitting, upgrading some of the equipment.
I understand.
The phone keeps kicking me storage. Yeah.
Yes. I think they may not recognize you don't work there. That is a good point.
Hey, I'm an inspector. I was doing welding inspecting for a while. I can walk around and start pointing out batted welds. So, hey, I ought to redo this one, redo that one. So I can kind of fit in.
If we could find some vests, some high visibility vests, we might be golden.
A clipboard, a hard hat, and point, and say, what's that? What are you doing? They'll leave you alone.
J-Dog says his is the Chiefs. Mine, okay.
Yep. Get a clipboard. You'll get Kiwi knows.
Clipboard.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Point and ask questions. Everyone will leave you alone.
I can find a high vis vest, and I might have even brought a clipboard because I'm that person.
Fake it to fit in.
J-Dog says his favorite team is the Chiefs. That's the one. That's Travis Kelce's team, right? Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Taylor's football team. That's what it is. She's probably going to buy it.
No. Anyway,
you never know.
One of the I was going to talk about one of the excursions that we kept. We were kind of going through them.
Yeah.
I'm filling in the names off of the spreadsheet, what we've got planned, where we purchase it. He's on the website looking up the details. And
Okay, J-Dog, take care.
see you. I used to do that in the office, carry a loan folder and go visit friends. Yes, right. Um, Coffee cup and a stack of paper, and you're always busy, right? No matter what you're doing. Thank you for the hearts and everything. I love you guys. So one of these, I don't remember which one it was. I'm guessing it was Copenhagen, but it might have been Sweden. But anyway, one of these, when Steve was reading out the description of what the excursion was,
Oh.
it said something about Hans Christian Andersen, and I was like, stop right there. You don't get a vote in this one. We're doing that. I don't care what it is. If it has to do with Hans Christian Andersen, we are doing this excursion.
Love you right back.
So that's kind of how we decide which ones we're going to keep. If they're historically significant on about something that we care about, like you did the American Beaches one, and that was also that one was one of the more expensive Royal Caribbean tours.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about that a little more, I mean, we've got time.
Go ahead and finish what you were talking about.
I'm kind of done. I was just telling how we determine which ones we're keeping and which ones we're canceling.
Pardon me.
All the love. You guys are so awesome.
Yeah, there were She'll Sit Sail. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad you joined. Long time no see.
They're our neighbors.
Yeah, the American Beaches tour that I went to, it was they did it from no, now I can't think of the name, Cherbourg in France, and they also did it from Le Havre. And there was
You did the first one, right?
I did it from Cherbourg, but there were really two different tours that they did that kind of did similar. The one I was on went to Omaha Beach. We went to the American Cemetery in France, in northern France, and then we went to St. Mary Glees, which is a small town that was one of the objectives of the 325 Airborne Infantry Regiment that I was in 82nd Airborne. That was part of their mission, was to take St. Mary Glees and some surrounding road junctions and bridges in that area. So that's what it meant to me, was going where the history of my unit was. The beach, just being there, knowing what had taken place there was very humbling, very overwhelming. Of course, all the obstacles are gone and all this, but you can look and see how the terrain that the troops had to face. They had a wide area of beach to come across, and then there was a huge embankment that they had to go up while the German troops were firing down on them. So from there, when we went to the cemetery, that was very, I can't even describe it. I got the same feeling I had when I went onto the Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor. It's just a hallowed ground. Seeing the names on the crosses and the Stars of David that are there, and all they had states that they were from, and just so many states that were listed. It was just truly everybody that was there, and I did a little video from there, and I put it up on my Instagram, Third Rock Vagabond. If you want to go check it out, it's just kind of how I was feeling at that point.
Thank you.
And from there, we went to St. Mary Glees, and there again, that's the one. If any of y'all have seen The Longest Day, which is a movie about D-Day, it's about 3 hours long. Old black and white. It's got a lot of the older actors in there, a bunch of them. But there was one of the guys. That's the one where the paratrooper got hung up on the church, on one of the little spires, not the big steeple, but one of the spires, and hung there for, I think it was like up to 8 hours. Hung there during the fighting that was going on. But they still have a mannequin hanging up there with a parachute to represent that. The people of that area of France really understand what the Americans did and the Allies. The Americans, the British, the Canadians, all that were involved, the Polish, all that were involved in the D-Day invasion to liberate France.
It was very
Very moving.
very good.
Very moving. Anyway, I
So
bet.
that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's really good.
Very emotional. My dad was in the Navy and sacrificed. Yes, yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So Shoal Set Sail have joined us on YouTube, and I'm gonna spell it out for you guys in case if you have YouTube or you subscribe to people over there.
Yeah.
Shoals SHULLS Set Sail. They're actually on the cruise with us, and they
Yep.
are also doing videos on the content, on the places they go and the things they experience.
Yep.
And she's also asking, are we
And there's-
tired of traveling yet? So we just addressed this a few minutes
Yeah,
ago.
we did.
We are not, but we didn't really finish. So
No,
we are
no,
not.
that's kind of an ongoing.
We are not tired of traveling yet. We do know, like more and more people are expressing to us, oh, I can't wait to get home and
Yep.
see my kids or my grandkids, not kids, grandkids or dog or parents or whatever. Sleep in their own bed.
You're welcome, Shoals.
No problem. Thanks for joining.
Yes, yes. Then she asked.
So I want to ask you, Shoals, are you tired of traveling yet? I'm curious because we haven't discussed this lately. Hey Joe, good to see you. Hi Julie.
Hey, Joe.
Hi Toad and Sue. If anybody has any questions for Steve and I or the Ultimate World Cruise, feel free to type them in. What else do we have to talk about? I'm still waiting for Shoals to say whether or not they're tired of traveling. Not at all. We have a cruise plan for October. See,
That's right. That's right.
I'm guessing they wish they could stay on the ship too, but
They're going to be getting on another ship
yes,
thereafter.
they are.
They're doing.
They kind of figured out the travel how to do all of the things that like I could take lessons from them on how to do the planning and organizing and where to sign up and when to sign up to get the best deals or the most value for their dollar. They could probably teach me some stuff. Also, you know what I just thought of? So, because we were talking about the casino earlier today, so a lot of people, I'm gonna put this in quotes, get free cruises from playing in the casino, and the reality is those are not free. And I can only think of one couple who still says that they haven't lost money overall in the time they've been gambling in the casino to earn points. We watched Shoal Set Sail. Oh,
yeah, cool.
Mike and Nancy are also, they're not our neighbors, but they are also very good and on the ship. And Angie.
Yep.
Awesome people.
Yes, good stuff. Yes.
Where was I going? Oh, so one of our friends, again, somebody we eat dinner with most nights, is also kind of the king of the casino stuff. And he agreed to kind of take me through all of the reward levels and loyalty levels with the, thank you, Mom's Travel Team. I appreciate that.
Encourage more viewers to share. Yes, please do.
Share, love the live, do the thing.
Please share. Tell all your friends and neighbors.
Anyway, so Jason is the friend, and he agreed to be on camera with me and kind of go through how he spends his money. I call the casino stuff prepaid. Yes, that's an excellent way of looking at it.
Yes,
they are not free.
Yeah. So how much did it really cost you?
And I'm thinking, so I love playing the table games. I love craps, and I love playing blackjack. Oh, thanks for letting us know, Mom's Travel Team. I'm going to assume that you have the same name on YouTube. So I'll take a look, see if I can find you when we're done. But anyway, so I love playing craps. Never, it doesn't matter what casino, I rarely do better than just breaking even at craps. I also very rarely lose money overall. But again, breaking even is about that. So it's entertainment for a couple of hours, and I don't usually lose too much money. Blackjack is my other one. Because of the system I use, which you should, whenever somebody has a system for gambling, don't follow it. And I'm, not free, but discounted, I either lose a lot very fast and get off the table, or I win a lot very fast and then get off the table. So no matter what, I don't spend a lot of time on the tables. And early on, within the first couple of sailings, I've sat at the blackjack table twice. Also, the limits on the blackjack tables here are really high, or the minimums are really high. $10 or something, or 15, or I don't even remember what it was. It just seemed like, I was like, even in Las Vegas, you can do $5 buy-ins. But anyway,
Yeah.
I lost 2 rounds very early on, and I'm like, okay, I'm done playing blackjack. I
Careful
will
not
not
to get a nanner.
a nanner.
Is that like nanner chips?
In Vegas, I put my winnings in one pocket and my gambling money in. Yes, exactly. I do, and I do that too. Oh, TikTok doesn't like the G word. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate that. So playing games of chance. How about that? Hopefully that'll work. So I do not play blackjack. I don't play the table games anymore. So now it's just the push button ones.
Yeah.
Again, trying to not use the forbidden words. What do you miss about home? The dog.
The dog.
So we
Yeah.
I kind
Mom
of
and
shared.
dad, or mom, getting to see her.
Oh no, I totally appreciate that. Last time, I don't know if you were on the last live stream we did, but TikTok did threaten me because I said something wrong.
Mm.
So no, I appreciate that. The heads up. So the dog would be the most thing, mom. And for those of you who don't know, we have shared custody of our puppy dog. Cindy, who is on the TikTok live,
Yeah.
was very gracious and helped us watch, or helped watch Pete
Yep.
when we left to go work overseas. And then when we came back,
And they fell in love with each other.
she did not want to be in love, so she very graciously has allowed us to have shared custody, and he's
Yes.
happier
He
there,
is happy as he can be there. He has a job.
and he has a whole bunch of friends.
Yes. Yes. He is the leader of the pack.
If you could go back in time and give some pre-cruise advice to yourself, what advice would that be? I know what it would be.
Don't overpack.
Yeah, don't overpack. And 2, well, 1, don't pack so many clothes. That would be
That would be the overpack.
the overpacking.
Yeah.
Pack more cold medicine because we could have. I know we bought cold medicine and somehow it never made it into our bags. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
And then don't be afraid of booking your own excursions. You don't have to go through Royal Caribbean. Those ended up being way more expensive than they could have been.
The one guarantee that you get with going through the Royal Caribbean or any cruise line for the cruises that they line up, they will wait if for whatever reason that excursion is held up getting back to the ship. If you're on your own cruise or excursion and something happens and you can't get back to the ship, there is the chance that they will leave you.
And then you have to fly to the next port, assuming that you can actually still get on at the next port.
Yes, yes.
I also think
that can be an issue.
So when we changed the itinerary to Africa, we chose not to. I mean, we had a lot of sea days involved in that itinerary change, and a lot of people on the ship chose to go to Egypt and Jordan on their own and rejoin the ship. I think it was in South Africa. Some of them joined in South Africa, and I think the Lake family already had a safari planned even before the change in itinerary.
Yeah.
So and then there were some other friends of ours who also had a safari plan, and I think if we had been a little more ambitious and a little less tired and a little bit more forward thinking, we would have either done a safari, booked a week long safari, or or gone to Egypt to see the pyramids and to Jordan to see Petra, because Petra was the one thing that I wanted to do.
Yep.
So Scholl says also upgrade to a larger room. Yes. Well, assuming that we could have afforded it. We did upgrade eventually.
Yep.
But fairly late in the game, so it wasn't as expensive if we'd done it earlier.
Yep.
In Alaska, we're using the same vendor but independent, yes, and you're probably saving a ton of money. And I know the Alaska excursions, I can only imagine how expensive. I grew up in Alaska, so I know how across the board everything is more expensive there. And because it's such a popular destination, and the only time really that it's fun to go there is in the summer, they're literally booked up a whole year in advance for a lot of the things that you want to do. So panning for gold, or doing the train through Denali, or yes, so we are definitely going. I am not letting that one go. We are definitely going to Jordan. We are definitely going to Petra. assuming that
Thanks, DB, for the likes and the loves. We really appreciate that.
yes, you are awesome. You're my favorite person right now.
Oh,
What ship are you two on? We're on the Serenade of the Seas.
yes.
We
Royal
are on
Caribbean,
the 9-month Ultimate World Cruise.
Ship will be on
Our
the same-
TA suggested others on the ship will be on the same excursion, saved about $100 each. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's not a little thing. I mean,
No,
$100 is
no.
a lot.
2, 3, 4, 5. Each one's
Yeah.
a little bit more. It all adds up.
So I'm curious, Mom's Travel Team. I'm curious how long your Alaska cruise is, and which. Oh yeah, about half off. And which cruise line you're doing that with? Is it Royal Caribbean too, or are you doing on a different cruise line? Okay, what else we got? And the more I look at the Norway thing, I'm like, well, where could we go that's close by? I don't know.
Well, we can see how far apart those are and get off the ship for a couple of days, maybe.
We'll see. I would at least like to go to
Catch back
Oslo.
up. Yeah.
But I don't know about the other ones. We'll see. St. Mom's Travel Team is going on the Norwegian Cruise Line Bliss 7 nights. Okay.
Serenade in August 25.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
That's cool, Amy.
Yeah.
How do you think you feel when it's time to leave at the end of the World Cruise? I'm gonna
Sad.
cry.
Very sad.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry on your shoulder, Saul.
Yeah.
And make sure that we're like tuned in to where you guys are gonna be, so we can harass you while you're doing your next cruises.
Yep. Yeah. Well, okay.
It's our first, and I don't think you could have a bad itinerary, but I think we'll need to go back. Oh, so I will give you a heads up, Mom's Travel Team. I don't know if you've been watching the news, but I just heard roughly a week ago, I want to say, there was a.
Let's see, Norwegian Cruise Line Bliss.
Yes, I already read that.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, about a week ago, there was a mudslide in Skagway that closed the road and kept a whole bunch of people from getting back to their cruise.
Hey, Brooklyn.
And they worked around it because it totally wasn't their fault.
Yep.
Glen
Glad
was
you're
one
here.
of my favorite spots in Norway, so you don't go there. Oh yeah, you're right. See, we don't. That's not on the itinerary. So
Yeah.
let's see what else we got here.
Yeah.
Neon Skylift is beautiful. I went there in May. I think it's near one of your stops. Okay, I will. TV Angie, thank you. I will look for that. Leon Skylift. I imagine I'll find it if I just type Skylift.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. We aren't doing scan. Okay, good to know. That's not on the itinerary, so you're probably okay there. I mean, it's a mudslide, so I'm sure they have it cleared by now, but that day was pretty rough. And okay, so I see you're not going till August 31st, so you got some time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that's me.
Games played poorly. You got any more questions? I know you have a bunch of them like written down that you haven't typed out yet. What else we got? What's your favorite place that is not Antarctica? I remembered mine, and we haven't talked about this a whole lot. How many others on the cruise have been there since both of your first days? So December 10th. People who are still on the ship now. Lots of people have left and come back.
Yeah.
Who are, like I said, doing independent journeys when right.
Show 665. I seen just under 7.
I knew it was under 700.
Yeah.
So thank you for the info, Shaw.
Yep.
So where's your favorite one?
I've really been enjoying Europe. Seen a lot of things that I've never seen before there. It was really, really interesting.
I know the first stop in
historical.
Italy. He was so excited. Like
Yeah. Italy was beautiful. I like the old architecture. I love seeing that all the old buildings are still being used. I think that's fantastic.
Every time we turned a corner, he's like.
Every corner we turned was another fantastic photo. It was just picturesque. Just picturesque.
That's true, Mom's Travel Team. This one I saw the picture of, or what was supposed to be a picture of, and it didn't look like it took out the road. It just dumped a bunch of mud and stuff on the road. My favorite place we've gone, and my favorite thing that we've done that wasn't Antarctica was Hobbiton in New Zealand. And
Should have known she'd say it. It was raining.
it rained the entire day. It was the weather was absolutely miserable, and I was so I had like this huge
Reminded me of being in the Army.
I had this grin on my face all day. I was so happy that day. It was just awesome. You had a you had a rough ride back to the ship. So the drive was supposed to be 2 hours. It ended up being 3, and there were no bathroom breaks. So do the math on that. Have you all been on a river cruise, or would you consider one to see Europe? I would, absolutely.
Yes, would consider. Have not been on one, would consider it. Yes, we've actually talked about them.
Everybody raves about them.
Yeah, yeah.
So if everybody says they're great, they must be.
Thank you for the heads up on that. Working on my white tea. I'm not sure what.
YouTube.
Okay. Gotcha.
NZ has a mono, clean and green, which the green is due to all the rain. Yes, exactly.
and New Zealand was beautiful. Bay of Islands. Bay of Islands was my favorite stop in New Zealand.
That was beautiful too.
Yes, absolutely.
We did basically a boat tour of all the islands. Well, as many as you can see in a day.
And when we went all the way out to the rock that has the hole in it that you take the boat through.
And the dolphins.
That was definitely a fantastic day.
Yeah, and we actually got to see dolphins, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
So Shul is asking, what aspects of the cruise will you miss the most once it's over? I'm thinking not having to. I don't know. I don't really mind cooking. So but not having to clean it, anything.
Yeah.
That's probably the big one.
What I'm gonna miss,
and also waking up in a new place every day.
I'm gonna miss.
That's pretty cool.
Just opening the window, and seeing this. Or a city, that we didn't see the day before. Just the adventure of the travel, seeing what's new for the next day.
So Games Play Poorly is asking, are the ship activities still entertaining, or have things become to be repetitive? So they are not repetitive, but honestly, most of the time I would rather sleep or have some time to myself.
It's kind of our time to re-energize.
Yeah. So right now the ship is, as far as from our understanding, is fully booked. So all of the rooms are taken, and it's very full, and it takes a really long time. I walked up 6 flights of stairs today, which is not something I normally do. I'll walk up as many as 3, but anything more than that, I generally try to wait for the elevator.
I ended up walking up them too.
Yes, because it's just so crowded. It takes forever for the elevator, and the activities are also really crowded too. They had a hush party last night. That's where you wear the headphones and you've got 2 different channels, so the DJ is playing 2 different streams of music.
And it's not really a shush party, but all you can hear is a bunch of people singing very badly.
But
we were there before. We were there jamming out. We had a blast.
Oh,
we didn't go last night.
We did not go last night, but I did walk by because I went out for something, I don't remember what, and I walked by and I looked down and there was only about a dozen people there, which was strange. But it was also late.
Later in the evening.
Half of them were kids.
Yeah. When I went down at first, there were some adults down there. I only recognized one person, and she actually showed up on the TikTok side a while ago. But it was some people. They were enjoying themselves. They're having a good time.
The shows also change all the time. Oh, and yesterday there was a folkloric show.
There was, which we missed.
So again, not repetitive, but just I didn't have the energy to sit through it, and it was in the Centrum the Safari. It was not in the theater for some reason, and I was like, well, that's weird.
I think they may have been doing not
rehearsals.
Doing rehearsals.
Yeah. So it was. They've done these folkloric things from the beginning of the cruise for each area or specific country, region that we're in. They hire local performers to come and show what kind of performances they do for that are
folkloric in their country.
Folkloric in their country. And most of them are really good.
Shoals is asking, how do you think the world cruise has changed your perspective on travel? It's created a monster. I've always had the travel bug, just never really adventured out too much, and I'm ready to start going. Then again, we were always working. We worked overseas for a while, which was nice, but we didn't get to tour around very much. Afghanistan, we didn't leave the bases, so didn't get to see too much of the
Mm.
country. Other than going from base to base, we flew in helicopters, so got to see quite a bit there.
Say, I read something many years ago about how if if your children are well read and well traveled, that the education will take care of itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that they don't need to know things like math and science, but um, travel and reading gives kids and people curiosity about the world, about
Mm-hmm.
how things work, and I
Yep.
think that's yeah. So I want to do more of it. I don't think that's really a change for me though, as far as the travel goes. Doing
Yeah.
more of it isn't
Yeah.
really a change. So I'm
No,
not really sure.
no, not it's not really. But I
Um,
still definitely want to.
were you
Because
disappointed with the port changes? Um,
yes and no.
we 100% understood why
Yeah,
the changes needed to happen, but yes,
yep,
we were still disappointed.
yeah. Because as there again, Petra was our
That was the
biggie on
number
the
one
list.
reason.
That
That
was
was
the biggie on the list.
before we started the cruise when everybody said, "What's what
Yeah,
thing are you most looking forward to?" That was my thing.
yeah. Petra was it.
And then we missed a lot of stuff. It wasn't really a port change, but a lot of the tender ports we missed because of the weather.
Hmm.
So those were
Yeah,
really disappointing. I was
yeah,
really disappointed about the Falkland Islands. I
yeah,
really wanted to go there.
yeah. And
Hearing the water in the background is so soothing.
yeah,
I'm glad that's actually picking up because a lot of times the microphones cancel it out.
it does. But the other place that we missed due to weather and couldn't do tendering was Madagascar.
Oh,
When we did do the change of itinerary, Madagascar popped up, and everybody was we were all excited. Then we didn't get to go because of the weather. We couldn't do the tendering.
yeah.
Yeah,
They only went 2 hours away to do. Oh, sorry. I agreed about the travel and reading. My kids are early 20s and they just plan their own adventure. That's awesome.
well, to start,
Do you feel like you get to spend enough time in port? No.
no,
Or do you feel rushed to get in all you wanted to? So in the beginning, I think we kind of felt rushed,
yeah,
and now we're not rushed. We still don't get enough time in ports,
no, no. But
but
that
we
was
don't bother rushing. We don't even bother
yeah,
trying to get it all in. We pick
no,
one, maybe two things, and just try to do that,
yeah,
and that's it.
yeah, yeah.
So this is why, for those of you who haven't heard, Royal Caribbean
Mhm.
is supposedly
Discussing.
planning on doing another
Hmm.
world cruise. It will supposedly not be as long as this one, maybe 6 months, maybe less.
Yeah,
And instead of hitting as many ports as they have, spending longer
the ports they
in
stop
the
at.
ports they do stop at, which would be awesome.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Any other questions, comments,
And
concerns?
Mom's Travel Team, I am very proud of your kids for starting to plan their own adventures, even if it is
Yeah.
just 2 hours away.
Was it the journey of a lifetime begins with the first step?
Exactly. Um, I don't really have anything else, so I think I'm gonna we can go ahead and sign off. We're close enough to an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, supposedly LOL, the visit to Antarctica. Yes. So that
Yeah, that was frustrating.
we got okay. So now we have more questions. So yeah, supposedly I believe they are, but no one has actually confirmed it in writing. So it's all what somebody said in a meeting, and also
Yeah.
it's going to happen on a ship that doesn't exist yet. So
That's all.
there's all
It's all
sorts of
hints, rumors, and innuendo.
yes, and the visit to Antarctica. So that was something I kind of when we first booked it, it said, oh, all seven continents. So that means we get off in Antarctica. And then the more I
Yeah, they
looked
knew.
at it,
They knew.
no, because it said cruising on
I'm
the
so
date.
she said they knew.
Yes, they knew that because you can't with as many people as
Not,
are on
yeah,
the ship.
not get off the ship and step onto Antarctica.
But
Yeah, they knew. But
they still counted it as going to seven continents, and
yeah,
it's not. So
yeah.
I know I've had this conversation with other people on the ship too, and they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh no, Antarctica counts," and I'm like, "It doesn't.
It's
You didn't even put your feet in the water."
no.
Anyway,
It was beautiful. Love seeing it.
yes,
Yeah,
not transparent, very much so.
yeah, yeah.
Very misleading. How do you plan to keep track of the memories on the cruise alive once you're back at home? Well, I have my journal, which is going to be super helpful. We also have the videos, so you guys don't even see all of the videos that we have. because I haven't had time to put them into a package so that they can be watched. Otherwise, it's just random clips. So we've got those. Hold on.
Yeah.
No ghost stories.
No paranormal. Well, we were on the ghost ship on the Africa side, the western coast of Africa, because the ship was basically empty. We had less than 700 people, I think, and it was nice and quiet. You could walk anywhere. You could walk up to any little counter. No one's in line. Push a button for the elevator. It comes in about 3 seconds. That was our ghost ship. We loved it.
It wasn't a ghost ship. It was our own private yacht, is what it was.
Yeah.
So back to Shell Set Sail, because I wasn't done thinking about that. I'm also going to write a book. Some of you probably know I'm planning on doing a book. I've interviewed several of my cruise mates about how they were able to afford the trip, because there's a perception that everybody here is just who's on the world cruise is infinitely wealthy, and that's in fact not true. Not for us, and not for several of our cruise mates. So I've interviewed them and talked to them about how they've come together. How were they able to put a trip like this together? How were they able to afford it? How did they, manage the time and all of that stuff? So that one's in process, and then I imagine for my journal I'll probably be able to put together another one, or two, or four, depending on how long. I'm glad you will definitely find my book. One thing I do want to say is that the one thing that all of the people who signed up to do the full world cruise have a sense of adventure.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
So
adventurer spirit.
We definitely do.
And yes, we hope to see ourselves on the next cruise as well.
If we can afford it, we're doing it. We are definitely doing it if we can afford it. So it just depends on how long it takes for them to come out with the itinerary and the tickets, and hopefully we'll get advance notice this time. We're on now because we were not involved with. We didn't have a relationship with Royal Caribbean before this cruise, so there were people who found out about this 2 years before we did.
Yeah.
And had been planning and.
Yeah. When they first announced it, there were a lot of people that jumped on it.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear about it till a year later.
Right. So next time we will, assuming that we do get the email from whoever the CEO is at the time and let us know, then we will definitely be.
Thanks, Cindy. We love traveling and letting you watch. Yeah, I like them. Okay.
All right, guys. We are definitely at within a few minutes of our hour, so I'm going to shut this down.
Winding it down. Yep.
We really enjoyed talking to you guys all, and I really appreciate all the questions. Jen and Amy, Shaw, Games Played Poorly.
So you got to do a little thing. Yep. TikTok. Yep. Doing its thing. Beep. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
But we're glad y'all all showed up.
Cindy, Cougar Booth, Love, Mom's Travel Team.
Love y'all too.
Everybody on the TikTok side, thanks so much for participating. Really appreciate you all.
Thanks everybody on the YT side.
And we should be able to do our quick update tomorrow after we spend the day. Where are we spending the day tomorrow?
We're answering the question. Yep. We're happy to answer any questions, and Amy, we appreciate it.
Riga, Latvia. That's where we're going to be tomorrow. Bye, Michael.
Thanks,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Adios, amigos.